Okay, so Pythagorean theorem, now our friend. Makes you sound very smart when you say Pythagorean theorem, and when you say a squared plus b squared equals c squared, so that's a plus. So yesterday, we learned about how to label the triangle and how to set it up. Today we're going to focus on solving it. Okay, so same steps we did yesterday, but then we're going to continue to solve it. So you guys will see why the heck we did area of squares. You'll see how that comes into play. Okay, so if y'all didn't know, Pythagoras was a Greek mathematician. Okay, he's the one that came up with this theory, this theorem. And lovely cartoon, you may be right, Pythagoras, but everyone's going to laugh if you call it a hypotenuse. Kind of like hippopotamus. Hypotenuse. Okay, so success criteria. Same things we've been doing. We're going to draw a picture if we need one. Draw an arrow to the hypotenuse and label side C. Label the legs A and B, doesn't matter what order. We're going to use a star chart to write the formula, substitute the information, and definitely use a calculator today. Definitely. Okay? And you will be getting decimals. Do not freak out. Everybody just chill. Okay. So, when we do this, let's start off the way we did yesterday. Okay? So, triangle, here we are. And we are going to start by using my success criteria. Number one, if there is no picture, draw one. Well, there is a picture. Yes. Draw an arrow across from the right angle to the hypotenuse and label C. Here's my arrow. I'm going to move it so that it points to the side across from the right angle, and I'm going to label that C. If you do not like dragging and dropping, because some of y'all really didn't like that yesterday because of your device, you can just type in C in the box if you would like. So we got C, and then, I don't know, I feel like I want 20 to be B, and A. Okay, so now we need to do what? Follow my success criteria. Label the legs A and B. Oh, I already did that. Using your star chart, write down the formula. So, star chart's up here, but we need to get used to writing that formula. A squared. And the way you get that up arrow is shift 6. Shift 6. Plus B, shift 6, equals C, shift 6. Okay, A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Okay, now I got to decide what I have and what I don't have. In my picture, there is a question mark on A. Poor A, we don't know what you are yet. B is 20, and C is 29. All right, so A, we don't know what A is, so I'm going to put A, shift 6, and a 2. I'm going to space over so I'm lined up. I got a plus. 20 squared. Okay, so 20 squared we can do. This is the whole reason we did area of squares before. Because if the side length of a square is 20, then to find the area of it, we would do 20 times 20. 20 squared means 20 times 20. Okay, so I'm going to use my lovely calculator up on slide 1. Slide 1, click my Desmos calculator, get it open. Okay, I got to go back to slide 3 to make sure I know what's going on. 20 squared. Okay, so I could type in 20 times 20. Okay, that might be the easiest way to do it actually. So, but I can show you how to just type in 20 squared if you like that better. You go to your keypad, you're going to type in 20 first, and then see this little A squared, A to the second power button? Boom. 20 squared equals 400. So, plus 400 equals 29 squared. 29 times 29. I'll change this 20 to a 9. 841. Okay, so press enter. Let's keep going with what I know. Okay, I don't know what a squared is. I need to solve what a is. And here's a squared. Okay, so somehow I need to get this 400 away from this side so we can get a squared by itself. Okay, so how do we make this positive 400 equal 0? Cancel out. Subtract it. Make 0 pairs. If you had positive 400 and you subtract 400, what in the world? Hold on. Okay, positive 400 and you subtract 400, you're going to get 0. But remember, what you do to one side, you have to do to the other side. Okay, so now we still have a squared. 400 minus 400 is 0. And then 841 minus 400. Since we're all lined up here, some of y'all can do that in your head. 841 minus 400. Check it in the calculator. 841 minus 400. 441. Were you right? Okay, so 441 is the area of the square. And I'll kind of draw it to show you guys. If we had a square, let me get a square here. I'm going to pretend like this is a square, but I don't have much space. If we had a square off of this A, okay, up here, the area of that square would be 441 feet squared. Okay, delete that. But we want just A. We want the side length. So if the area is 441, to get the side length, we are going to do the square root. If we take the square root sign and move it over, we can show that square root of a squared and a square root of 441. Okay, you can also copy and paste that in there if you'd rather. So we have one more line of work here. If we square root a squared, it will just make a, side A. And then the square root of 441. Okay, what number times itself equals 441? I have no idea. So I'm going to do square root of 441. 21. So 21 times 21 is 441. Good to know. So this 21 right here, that's how much A is. So I'm going to erase that question mark, type in 21. Let's double check one thing. We have to make sure that C is still the longest side, because y'all have told me the hypotenuse, side C, is always the longest. So is 29 longer than 21? Yeah. Is 29 longer than 20? Yeah. Okay, so we're in good shape. A is 21, C is 29, B is 20. Ta-da, that is the Pythagorean theorem. So just take a look at what you'll do for the next slide. You'll have to replace whatever numbers you know. You'll have to square the numbers you have. You'll have to add the numbers if they're on the same side, or subtract the numbers if they're on opposite sides of the equal sign. And then you'll have to square root to get the side length. Just takes a little practice, folks.